Hi everyone, today I'll be walking you through step by step creating a website for a home inspection company. So you can see here we're on homeinspection.website.com. So the first thing we can do is go ahead and click create your website now. This will take us to a page where we can select our theme. So we can scroll through here and I'm going to go with this one called Smart Choice Inspections. So I'll click on that to view a demo. And then if I like what I see, I can go to the top right and click sign up and make your site like this. Now I can enter my domain name. I'm going to be going with MacArthurHomeInspections.com. Then I can click check availability. And I can see that MacArthurHomeInspections.com is available, so I can click next. On this page, we can choose our plan, as well as fill out some login and payment information. So I'll do that now. Once we've filled all of that out, we can click Create My Account Now. After we've clicked that, you can see that we're taken to a Thank You for Choosing Website.com page with two links, one to view your website now and one to build your website now. For me, I'll take a short break to wait for my account activation email. So I've now received my account activation email, so I can click Build Your Website Now. So we're now on the Website.com web editor. And before we can get started editing our site, we have a quick tour to walk us through the web editor. So let's get started with that. The first thing you can see is we have our design section over here with our color schemes section. Here you can choose a color scheme to fit your website by clicking on design and color schemes. The second step is you can edit various elements of your page by clicking on the corresponding elements. Next, we have our navigation menu up here. Here you can navigate between the different pages. Next, we have our undo and redo buttons to undo and redo the changes we've just made. Then we have our publish button up here, which is the button we'll hit once we've finished editing our website. And finally, we have our help section over here, where you have a bunch of helpful links, such as the mobile editor walkthrough, our YouTube channel, where we have a bunch of tutorials, and other facts. So we're now on the web editor. And before we get started, you can see that this template already comes with a bunch of industry-specific content. This content is free to use. So now we can begin editing the site. The first thing we'll do is get rid of this right here on the front page. So to get rid of it, we can click on it, and in this menu, click on the trash icon. Now we have a big empty space here. So what we'll do is add our own image. So we can go over here to the Add section of the sidebar, and we can go to the image section and choose image. Now I have two options. I can upload my own image, or I can choose for one of our diverse selection of stock images. I'm going to choose to upload my image right now. So I'll click on that, and that will bring up the Finder menu. And then I'll click Use Image. And you can see it's appeared here on my cursor. So I'll move this into the same spot that roughly the other one was. And to resize this image, you can see that it's surrounded by these little white dots. So I can simply click and drag on those. But you can see that this now overlaps over this little blue box that we had here. So to move it back a layer, we can click on this. And down here in this blue menu, you can choose which layer to put it on. So we have options to put it to the front layer, bring it forward, put it to the back layer, or send it backwards. So what we'll do is send it to the back. And you can see that this blue box now appears. The next thing we'll do is change our logo in the top left of the website. Because we registered the domain MacArthur Home Inspections, we'll change Smart Choice to say MacArthur. So I can go ahead and click on that and choose Edit Text. And for here, I'll choose Mick. And for the lighter gray, I'll choose Arthur. And it's that easy. You can see we now have a working logo for our MacArthur Home Inspections website. As mentioned earlier, we have a color scheme section. So if you go over to the sidebar and choose Design, you can see that we have our color scheme section here. Here you can choose different color schemes which make up the different colors of your website. So I can click on this one and you can see those changes reflected on the website. For now, I like the template default, so I'll go back to that. We also have a very robust text editor on our website.com web editor. So what I'm going to be doing is changing this text here. So the first thing I can do is click on it and in this blue menu choose delete. Now what I can do is go over to the add section, choose text, and you can see I have a various amount of text to add onto my website here. You can see visually what the text will look like on your website. So how about I add Title 1? You can see I have that right here on my mouse, and I'll put that there. Now what I'm going to do is be copying and pasting text from an external document into this text box. So I can click on it and choose Edit Text, highlight this text, and what I'll be doing now is copying and pasting text in from an external document. So I have that open on my computer here, so I'll just open that up. And then I can just copy and paste. And I'll resize the text box as well. So I can do as I did with the image and just resize this. And there you have it. Another thing to note is that when you're adding text, these aren't the only text that you're limited to. You can choose one of these as your starting point and then edit the text as you see fit. So if I was to edit this text, I could click on it, choose Edit Text, and you can see this brings up our text editor here, where you can choose different font styles, bold it, italicize it, give it different colors, you name it. The next thing I'll be doing is going to another page and replacing text there as well. So I can do that by clicking on here. And how about we go to Mold Inspections? You can see I'm on my Mold Inspections page here, and I can do the same thing with this text. I can just replace a part of this text. So I can highlight that, open up my external document, and copy and paste this text in. And it's that simple. The next thing I'll do is head to the Contact page. So I can go up here to the Pages section and choose Contact. So you can see we're on the Contact page here, and I'm going to be adding a Google Map. So to do that, go over to the sidebar and click Add, and I'll close that. And then if I go down to where it says Google Apps, I can choose Google Map. And you can see that's appeared right here on my mouse. So I can scroll down, and how about I put that right there? We have a variety of apps that we can add to your website, such as a Google Map, Google Search, and Google Translate, and more. So what you can do is click on this and choose Settings, and that will open the panel box over here on the right side, and we can just change the address here. This will change what is displayed on the Google Maps app. So I'll put that there. The next thing we'll be doing is changing this image here, but instead of uploading our own image, we'll simply be changing it from one of our stock images. So I can click on it and choose Change Image. And then I'll choose Stock Images. And how about I go with another architecture image? So I have these here, and let's use this image. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do is add a gallery page. So to add a page, I can go over here to the Pages section and choose Add Page. And I'm going to be adding a gallery page. So I'll just select a layout for a gallery page. And you can see I chose gallery over here in categories. And I'll name this page Gallery. And I'll press Done. And that will create the page. So you can see we're here on the gallery page now. But the design of this page doesn't match the design of the other pages. So what I can do is head back to, say, the Contact page. And I will copy and paste these elements up here at the top to make sure that the design is the same. So I'll simply click and drag a selection box and select all of those and choose Copy up here in the top. Now I can head back to the gallery page. And I can delete this element by clicking on it and choosing the trash icon, and then hitting paste. You can see that appears right here. I'll also change this so that it says gallery. Now, the way I want my menu to look is I want the gallery page before the contact page. So to change that, I can head over to the pages section, and here I can click on this little icon beside the gallery page and move it up. And I can just rearrange the order of my pages in my menu. So you can see those changes reflected right there. Our website.com web editor also allows you to edit your website for mobile displays as well. So to change from the desktop editor to the mobile editor, we can go over here to the top left and choose the button that looks like a mobile phone. And you can see that appears right here. So what I'll do is just move this gallery here to make sure that it fits. So what you want to do here is make sure that everything fits within these display guidelines. So you can see this gallery page looks good, and it all fits on the phone screen. I'll head to the contact page, and you can see that my Google Maps app that I added is actually overlapping the guidelines. So I'll have to do some readjustments there. I can move this down by clicking and dragging, and then I'll simply resize it. And you can see that this now fits on the mobile screen as well. Now I'll go back to the mold inspections page. You can see that this all looks good because we replaced text instead of adding any new elements. Finally, I'll head back to the home page, which is the first page that we edited. If you'll remember, we added an image here. So what we can do is click on this, and we're going to move everything below this image down. So to do that, we can click on it and grab this button here. This is the grab handle tool. So click on that, and that will move everything else down. Now I'm going to move this line right here up. And I'm going to resize this image so that it fits on the page. And I'm also going to resize this text element that we added as well. But first, I'm going to need to move this down. And I'll move it back up. And if I scroll down, you'll see that everything fits nicely on the page. And that's it. We've easily and simply created a home inspection website using our website.com web editor. We've edited our site for both desktop use and mobile use. We also have a bunch of industry-specific content for you to use that's free. So the last thing we can do is go ahead and hit the publish button. But before we can hit that, we have to make sure that we've turned on the mobile editor pages for publishing. So to do that, go over to the sidebar, click on Pages, and make sure you hit this button that says Enable Mobile View, and confirm that you want to turn it on. Now we can hit the Publish button. So up here in the top right, simply hit Publish, and then you can choose all pages, and you'll be all done. And that's it. If you have any more questions, feel free to check out our other YouTube tutorials or contact us. Thanks for watching.